Hey, it's Jason Kochis. I am back with a new inking video. This time I will be inking Girl Type Ranma from Ranma 1 half, and I'll be using this TomBow Brush Pen. The reason I'm using the TomBow Brush Pen, I kind of wanted to do this drawing a little bit quicker than some of my more recent work, where I've been using the black magic with the paintbrush. This video is accelerated, so I can't ink this fast, but using the TomBow Brush Pen, I'm very comfortable with it, and it's definitely a lot quicker than dipping the paintbrush into the black magic. A little bit different video this time. This is actually a drawing I created of Girl Type Ranma. If you've been watching my channel before, appreciate you coming back. But you will probably notice that I've been inking a lot of other people's work on this channel just to, improve my skills, get better at inking and using the tools that I have. But for this time, I decided to ink an original drawing of my own instead of, I've been doing a lot of Rumiko Takahashi, obviously my favorite artist. So when I'm inking her work, I'm trying to learn, how to ink better, and also just, a little bit about like what she does with anatomy, how she draws characters, how she draws eyes, hands, all that kind of stuff. So always start with the eyes, rotating the paper to get my hand in the position that I feel the most comfortable with, so I can make the lines that I want to make. In this drawing, I'm actually going to be, I drew it in my sketchbook originally, and then I scanned it into my computer and then printed it out in blue lines on regular paper. Mostly because my sketchbook, the paper quality is very, very rough, and I wanted to make this drawing be as clean as possible. So I'm going to be at an anime convention coming up this fall, and I wanted to have some fan art to sell. And I figured having it on the rough paper was going to be a challenge for me to finish the drawing quickly, first of all. And then also, I just feel a little like I want to sell something that I can be proud of and that people would want to display. So that was my reasoning for using the TomBow Brush Pen. First of all, for the speed and the control that I have with it. And second, printing it out on the paper in blue lines like this. I did correct some of the drawing in the computer. Like I think maybe the eyes were a little bit off, or perhaps the hand was a little bit big, so I made it a little bit smaller. I'm able to correct little tiny details about the drawing. It doesn't change the overall look of it, but the finer details for me, obviously make a big difference. If you've also been watching my videos, usually my process is I will ink it, and I'll come back in, I'll fill in the dark areas, and then if I make corrections, I'll use like white ink. But this time I've challenged myself to use as little white ink media as possible. So again, that was another reason or motivation for me to use the TomBow Brush Pen. So I felt like I would have more control, less likely to make mistakes. Now, I can certainly see some mistakes as I'm inking here, but, just the possibility that I would make mistakes was a little bit less. Again, these lines right here, her pants are going to be filled in with black, so I don't need to be too careful about the line quality. Just taking a look at the drawing here, I noticed that I wanted to thicken up some of the lines sort of on the bottom of the character, so sort of on the bottom of the chin. I want the under part of the chin to be thicker than, the top part, just to give it the drawing a little bit more depth. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm going around the drawing, thickening up some of the parts of the hair to make it appear like the hair is in front of, Ranma's face and eyes and everything like that. Again, definitely excited about the possibility of the new anime coming to America. I know it's supposed to be on Netflix, but I'm not sure if it's going to be released worldwide or not. If you do happen to know, please let me know in the comments below. Really appreciate that. Again, turning the paper so I can get my hand in the proper location. Didn't really realize that I was out of the camera view here, so I apologize for that. Didn't last too long, so hopefully you haven't quit watching the video because of that. Yeah, like right there I was able to correct one of the lines on Ranma's sleeve by thickening up the line. I was able to cover that little mistake that I had made with the TomBow brush. It's also challenging to draw or ink Girl Type Ranma because her hair is red, so I can't fill it in with black. Got to be very deliberate and careful with my lines. Fingers are always difficult too. I've got to be very careful about, have a lot of control over how thick I'm going to make the lines. And then these areas right here I'm going to fill in with black, so I'm going to outline them with the TomBow Brush Pen. This part of the video is definitely a lot more accelerated than the rest. Don't want to, bore you with how long it took me to fill all this in. I think start to finish, it was about 45 minutes to ink this drawing here. And now I've got this, it's basically the Japanese version of the Pentel pocket brush. And I am filling in the black areas with that. Watching it at this speed is definitely a lot more pleasing than doing it in real time. Again, outside of the camera view, but I rotated the paper. Again, want to make this look as good as I can for a potential buyer at the anime convention that I'm going to be attending. I will have an artist's alley table where I'll be selling my original manga-inspired comic book, Koji and Maru. I'm just going around and correcting little areas that I think I could have done better. Like I want to make the hair as sharp as possible, the pieces of her hair. Almost done. Okay, on the left is the original drawing in blue pencils, and on the right is the inked version of Girl Type Ranma. If you like it, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. And if you already do, I really appreciate it. Also, my all-ages manga-inspired comic book, Koji and Maru, is now available in print and digital download on my website. There'll be a link below the video in the description. Please check it out. Thanks for watching. See you next time.